measured against a character like Hero, and Soul has shown you exactly why. That being said, we're getting right into our next match here. Jukain versus Sky, Peach versus Aegis here on PS2. This is going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of summed up all that all that needed to be said here, as Sky had, who most known for their Joker throughout the seasons ever since Joker was released, but switching over to the Aegis and going Aegis all day here, which is interesting but not all that surprising, though you do have to contend with Jukain, and even more so Jukain with confidence, because when Jukain is playing hot and playing with an idea of, yeah, no, Peach is great. Peach is an amazing character, as we saw with Mudace in at Let's Make Moves Miami, of which Jukain was in attendance, so the grind never really quits. Like, he's looking extremely strong here today, and he's looking like he's willing to take all of that for a ride, starting off with a clean early stock and letting it keep on rolling.
However, he has to find his way back here out of the corner. You have to avoid Aegis down air. They're doing a really good job playing around Mythra, and so far Jukain, who we should also mention, definitely one of the hidden bosses of the state of New Jersey.
Oh, for sure.
Is doing a really good job finding his win conditions in this matchup, which for Peach is you have to beat Mythra in neutral, which Peach sometimes, doesn't have big disjoints, has turnip, but doesn't have a lot of ults, can sometimes struggle to really beat sword characters in neutral, and in that way, Mythra is a nightmare. But the second Peach can get Aegis to the edge, turnip and float just allow her to suffocate Aegis's subpar recovery.
Now, Ritual, I really want to point out something huge here as part of what Jukain is doing super well, especially during the defensive, but also in the offensive game plan, is making use of Peach's aerial acceleration. Peach isn't exactly fast, Stitch Face, but what keeps her so elusive and keeps her so flexible is the acceleration that she has on pivoting from float to just her normal jump, double jump, and everything in between. She's able to cover small amounts of space extremely quickly. And when you're Sky trying to find one of these scrappy aerials like a Pyra down air or Pyra neutral air to close out the stock at relatively early percents, you're weaving your way through and between all of these, and in doing so, finding big starters like a turnip toss or a down tilt that led to a quick 42%, and Sky is still looking for that first stock.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's been doing an incredible, Jukain's been doing an incredible job just holding onto this stock. It can be so scary with a character like Peach, who isn't necessarily the heaviest in the world, of trying to find your way around all of Mythra's kill options. But Jukain not only has done it, but made it look easy, and has also done a really good job playing that mid-range and utilizing turnip to its advantage. But Pyra F-tilt is huge, it's fast, it's gonna catch you, and finally, Sky finds the first stock.
And we gotta pivot straight into this second stock and straight into this Mythra advantage state. Despite Jukain being able to scrap out of the corner and turn turnips into just amazing anti-shield pressure, Sky needs to swarm, and he needs to swarm quickly, finding it to punish on that dash attack, looking to turn into juggles, but not finding anything quite yet. Jukain's grounded movement being just good enough, as well as that shield discipline to avoid so many of these attempted anti-airs and starters that Sky has been looking for. The quick switch to Pyra could lead to a big opportunity, though, switching back and forth in turn. But man, Jukain is just... Oh, that was an up smash there, Ritual, and the back air at a shield, seeing the standoff and letting it rip. And at 52 against Mythra, you're not fearing anything too great, so you can just let that back air rip, let the game speak for itself.
Absolutely. And I want to say, yeah, that game was pretty dominantly in Jukain's favor, but at the end there, it started to feel like Sky figured a couple things out. He definitely started, he found this, he not only found the first stock, but tacked on a good amount of percent. Unfortunately, lost one interaction, and at 180, right, that does mean you die, but definitely felt like it felt like he figured stuff out, and once he started to play a little bit more defensive against Jukain's Peach, really started to find more openings. So maybe hopefully he'll carry that momentum forward into the second game, because I'd love to see game 3s and 5s all night.
Yeah, completely agree. And the way that Sky is playing was almost like they are really hyper fixated on trying to blitz Peach, which isn't a bad thought, especially on a stage like Smashville, where Peach just doesn't have a lot of room to go. So take the fight to her, use the platforms to your advantage, try and find juggles, try and catch landings, do all of that you want to do, but make Peach feel slow. Almost like overcompensate, I guess, on some of these dash backs and dash ins, because Mythra has the speed to abuse that. Make Peach feel like she has to chase you down, and suddenly everything comes out a beat later, which means all of your stuff ends up winning, especially with that huge disjoint that you can take advantage of. And we're already seeing a better start.
And this stage too, right, is incredibly polar. It's not just good for Sky. Yes, Peach doesn't get the crazy horizontal combos you might get on a larger stage, but there's so much more offstage space on Smashville that if Jukain wins neutral over Sky, right, he can just find those edge guards. It's very scary for Sky to be put in disadvantage on this stage as well. So something to keep in mind. Right now, though, this is already a much closer game. These two players going back and forth. Jukain, though, finds the corner situation, the fair not quite taking it, and somehow Sky managed to get around that turnip, find his way back to the ledge, and under the platform, but not in time to avoid Peach's back air, and all of a sudden, it's
that
still
turnip
just
whiffed.
Sky trying to find for that. I don't know how, dude. It's
That turn, no, it hit the stage instead of Jukain was a little bit too close to have the turnip go off stage, but man, that is so unfortunate. Almost having a stop right there. The up B coming out, Jukain trying to time a spot dodge because they saw how low their shield was and fearing a shield poke, trying to just play around it, unable to get the timing, and you have, oh no, the turnip! It'd be your own. Jukain
paid the Tom Nook tax, and so the town said, we'll let you have the next one. On going back to even, that's his second one this set. Jukain is truly a Peach player, because his luck on these RNG pulls is absolutely off the charts. However, Sky's doing a really good job managing to fight Jukain now that he doesn't have the space to run away. He's not letting him establish any sort of mid-range with which to box, and really doing a better job of abusing Aegis's disjoints in this matchup so far. That being said, it's still very close to even, but Sky has to find his way out of the corner against Peach if he wants to make anything happen.
Yeah, I liked that hard DI in there on Peach down tilt, really expecting Jukain to go for the hard read forward air off stage. But instead, you're getting a little bit of advantage here. You potentially a juggle, finds the big forward tilt as you called out earlier, Ritual. I mean, that forward tilt is fast. It acts as an anti-air as well. But a quick little tick throw from Jukain in order to set him off stage, not close enough to get the Prominence Revolt to grab ledge in time. And Jukain sitting pretty with a solid lead and almost getting a pretty sick combo out of it too. Down tilt into back air, go for it.
I was gonna say, can I say, I don't know that was intent. I think he could have delayed that slightly and gotten back to ledge. That looked almost like he might have been fishing for the stock trade there too, especially with how close it still ended up being to Jukain, but he comes back to bite him. And now 54%. That one mistake could have maybe taken it away from him, but finding another up B, taking the stock, only 54%. This game is still very, very much even, and Sky looking to make the most of his counter pick and take this back. We're still in best of 3 territory too, so right, this is Jukain's counter pick.
I really like the combo there from Sky. Unfortunately, betting the farm even on that forward smash, unable to close it out. Was looking for the stock at 40. Yes, he's a cheater, but still, you have to find your way out of the corner here because it looked like Sky just bet everything on that one read and has been sitting in disadvantage for a solid while. Finally able to find your way back to neutral, but without any of those confirmed hits, you're just looking and chasing once more. But as long as you play stage, this damage can rack up super quickly. Again, doing plenty of good empty jump baiting, but overcommits just once on this platform and has to contest with Peach ledge trapping once more. These backers are coming out here, Ritual, but Jukain misses all of them.
And the nair into the forward here. Now Jukain just using the juggle, finding his way back down, using the platform disadvantage to get back, to reset back to stage here. And now both these players scrapping, looking for a hit. Sky's done a good job bringing this all the way back. Both these players very close to or at kill percent. And this could be anyone's game, but it feels like Jukain is just playing a little more confidently than Sky. However, Sky wins the neutral, puts him in the corner position, and Jukain has to find his way out, does with the dash attack. UBL, who do you have winning?
No way!
No
Not
way.
a single chance did that connect. Holy ritual. We saw twice Sky bet it all. It's like, throw everything on black and let's see how it works out. The first time didn't. The second time absolutely did. The massive splashing hitbox on Prominence Revolt, turning into a big stock, and Jukain treating it as best as you can, laughing it off. This is what I love about watching Jukain play. The mental discipline, not in terms of like being stoic and just like taking everything on the chin and just rolling with it, but the willingness to just laugh at things mid-set is so wholesome to me, and it really keeps him fresh going into every single game and every single set.
Yeah, I think sometimes people, when they play a game competitively, forget that they're also doing this to have fun. And Jukain really embodies that spirit. And Sky does too. Both these players definitely looking like they're having a blast here so far as we get into the hitting game 3 on PS2. And something I've noticed about Sky as Aegis that might be a sign that maybe he's a little bit newer to the character, even though he has gone all night, is he hasn't even looked for a single foresight opportunity so far.
Yeah, it's been just simple sword fundies, like not trying to play. Oh, there's one. But like it's never looking for it, right? Like that was the first time we saw it because he was incidentally rolling. One of the things that I feel like can offer a little bit of depth towards the Aegis, despite there not being a ton there besides just like normal juggling and advantage state, but that's fundies, is fundies when playing a swordie, is things like timing foresights and doing so off of turnips, which are defined permanent hitboxes, are going to be excellent means of approaches, despite how awkward that may sound. It's like, oh, I can approach with spot dodge for $5.99. You can.
Yeah, no, the $5.99 tax on ultimate, we thought we got away with from it with the first fighter's pass, but we didn't. That down air showing you exactly why.
That was back air.
The back air? Sorry. And
they all look the same, man.
They're huge. They all kill, and they all send it crazy angles. The uppy, beautiful job by Sky knowing his exact limits and just mixing Jukain on the positioning and converting that disadvantage state and Jukain's confusion into a 31% in a juggle, but Jukain still managing to find the forward throw, find the disadvantage state, but can he find the stock in this corner situation, I feel?
We might see it resetting it with the second forward throw, tossing the turnip up. Oh, I like the idea from Sky there. You only get away from that turnip by abusing Mythra's hurtbox shifting up against the wall like that, and even underneath Pokemon Stadium 2. Just went a little bit too low. And still, excellently played from Jukain. Sometimes you just got to take the lather, rinse, repeat. And did so with very much effectiveness and able to turn the low percent into a totally even game. With these two characters, the only real lead you're going to have is a stock lead.
And one of the things too that I wanna point out, right, is it feels like even though the stage is larger, which is something that Guy, right, intentionally tried to avoid in Game 2 going to Smashville, it feels like he just figured out that Smashville game helped him remember how to play advantage against Pete, because he's gotten so much more off every advantage state, every interaction, just racked on so much more percent, finds the down air now, looking for a kill, goes for the side B, looking for a footstool there, just misses it, and now both these players just scrapping, trying to take a stock and assert any sort of lead on this game.
I almost want to see Sky sprinkle in some turnaround grabs here, as that was a great parry on the part of Jukain. But more to the point, like both of these players have had a lot of frequency just going like aerial or aggressive move into hold shield, as Sky gets away with a landing there on the attempted juggle from Jukain and is able to hold on to that slim lead. But it's a very tenuous kind of neutral back and forth here, each one taking turns. I wonder who's going to get a little aggressive and who's going to overextend, trying to extend a little bit, quote unquote, artificially.
Yep. I was going to say, Sky has to play patient here. Find the lead, gets a little aggressive if trying to get in with that, gets caught by back air, and just like that we're back to even, but the foresight is going to allow a reversal of the corner situation. Doesn't find much though, and now you have to land against Pete, making use of the platforms, but still getting caught by a float. Sky dancing around, but just feeling like he's maybe getting a little bit antsy in his aggression.
It's definitely with a lot of jump-ins, but they keep on working thanks to the cheeky little timing mix-up that is between Dare, Nair, and Bear. These three moves all function in very similar ways, but just offer different angles and different different ways to open up your offense while also sprinkling in the proper counterplay. The foresight coming in so clutch, but a third stitch of the set.
One per game. That's absolutely absurd. And there's the Aegis F smash, Pyra's F smash. Fun fact: Mythra's gimmick in the game is listed as foresight. Pyra's is listed as how big her F smash is. That move is absurd. That being said, we might not see another one come out this set looking for the landing dare into maybe an up smash after something, but instead that aggression gonna get caught. 108, 107, this is about as even as it gets here in this closing moments of this set. Who do we have, Jukain or Sky going forward here?
There it is.
That answers the question.
Yeah, an amazing full hop call out there. Finally, after so much movement, we witnessed Jukain pull in some excellent conditioning at the very end of that set. It was a lot of grounded movement, super low floats, little burst dash attacks, pulling turnips. It's like, how often can I get Sky to jump away? And it's right there when they started to notice, oh, Sky is just run away, jump to platform. Where can I position to jump in? Where can I go to put these chess pieces in proper places? There, right in center stage.
I was gonna say, I think also too that part of it was, right, as you said earlier, Guy was jumping that whole set and was jumping in and it started working. I think Jukain was also waiting to punish it until that last moment, because we saw, right, the first time he punished the jump in was when he took that final stock. I think, right, that's one of those where you see it and you say, hold on, this game is still even enough without me adapting to this that I can just save it in my back pocket, let you think I haven't noticed, let you get comfortable, and the second you drop your guard, see ya.
Yeah, it was the